Have you ever feel like you're in a relationship, but you're actually not? Are we dating? Are we just friends? Or something in between? Welcome to the wonderful world of situationship. Commitment is optional. The love is blurry. If you ever been stuck in a conversation, what are we? Or even worse, too scared to even ask, this video is for you. But before we dive in, hit the like button if you've ever been in a situationship. And if you've never been and you don't know what that is, keep watching. That might be interesting for you. Let's start with a basic definition. A situationship is basically like a diet dating. There is no commitment, there is no labels, just vibing. It's like a free trial, but you never subscribe. You go on dates, but you cannot call each other boyfriend or girlfriend. Now story time. I only had one situationship in my life. I matched with this person on Bumble. We were chatting for a bit, and then we finally went out. Um, I remember we were talking, and he was talking a lot about his ex, and not in a good way. I guess because I didn't know any better. Now I would consider that as a red flag. At that time, I was believing every single word he was saying. He would describe her as very mentally unstable person, and yet they were together for like few years. But besides that, everything else about him was very attractive to me. And I remember after the date, we were still chatting. He would text me, he would react to my stories, but he wouldn't actually ask me on a date. And it was just always last minute plans. And I would still agree to that. I guess also because I wasn't sure what I wanted. Back then, I was just got divorced, and I coming from a long term relationship and jumping into another one, I think it wasn't an option for me. So, and I like this person. So to me, any time I could spend with him, I would. I guess I just didn't have any clear boundaries. It was fun at the beginning, but then he started talking to me about people he was dating. It was just like casual conversation for him. And it did hurt me. I guess I didn't realize at that time that we never had any promises. We never had a conversation like, what are we? And I guess I was too scared to bring that up because I didn't want to lose that connection. And deep inside, I knew that if I start that conversation, that's going to end. So that lasted for a few months. And then I finally decided that I'm going to stop talking to him. Another time he appeared again, and then he would text me for a bit, and then we met up, and then he disappeared for another month. They text you and you get excited. And I remember one time he texted me that he had a physical injury and he was about to have a surgery or something. And I texted him, if you need anything, let me know. So the next day I stopped by. I got some groceries for him. And I remember I was just standing in the kitchen doing stuff, and he was just sitting at his computer working. Randomly, that thought in my head just hit me like, what am I doing here? Why am I doing this for someone who would never do the same for me? And that night, I promised myself that I'm not talking, I'm not seeing him anymore. He texted me maybe 5 months later, like, how are you? Is everything okay? I was so confused why you just disappeared and stuff like that. So we started talking again. And I remember that during all this time, that one thought in my head just, plays like a broken record. What's wrong with me? Like, why wouldn't he date me? It took time and work on myself to actually realize that there was nothing wrong with me. It was just we wanted two different things. And once I had this clear idea about my future partner, it was actually much easier for me to reject him next time he would text me. So I was actually proud of myself. What are the signs that you are in a situationship? First of all, I think it's last minute plans. Second, they say, I'm not looking for anything serious. I'm just going with the flow. Let's see how it goes. Just run if you hear that. Third, they talk about their trauma a lot. They talk about their exes, how bad they were, and you know so much about their trauma, but you don't know any basic information about them. That's a clear sign. The next one, they act single when you're not around, but they're so very intimate and romantic when they are with you. So that confuses you a lot. And you think that maybe there is something, maybe there is a commitment, maybe we just need some time, maybe we need another talk. But girl, no. And I think the biggest one, they hate labels. So how to avoid a situationship? How you not even go into that rabbit hole? Well, first of all, ask them directly, what do they want? Because men are usually pretty straightforward. They would tell you as it is. The next one, do not accept any breadcrumbs. They love doing that. I remember when in my situationship, I was so happy to spend any minute with him, and if it's a last minute thing, I would still go. I would cancel anything else because I like that person, right? If you can avoid accepting breadcrumbs, well, that's a win. The next one, set the boundaries. You have to walk away if they're not giving you what you want. You do not give them time or your energy if they are not giving you something you needed. And if you feel like it's mentally not healthy and it doesn't feel right, then it is not right for you. I know how hard it is to leave the situationship. You get to that first phase of denial. You think that, what if that person can change? What if I do something and then I can fix this? And maybe we can be in a relationship. And you just get delusional. You make up the story in your mind and you make up the future and you think there is a potential. But you have to stick to your decision. You'd be very happy that you ended things. And I know it's going to be challenging because once they text you, there's a breadcrumb and you just want to run back to it. And if you want love, if you want commitment, a relationship, find someone who is ready for it and who wants the same things. If they're not unsure, let them be unsure somewhere else. Please leave the comment if you've ever been in a situationship and maybe share your story. And if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, because we're exposing more dating chaos next week. And ladies, let's keep the bar high. I'll see you in the next one.